Good day, fellow observers. Today we are going to do a key food test for version 12.5.2, and it's gonna be a 27-minute drive, 17 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, so there's a car right behind us, and I think this should have FSD start moving. See the steering wheel here. We are at a double parked state, by the way, so maybe I should just press the accelerator. Alright, let me just press the accelerator. Okay, so now it is moving, so I had to do a manual intervention there.
Onto 43rd Avenue.
But I do think this might be out of scope for FSD, and if you have some thoughts or information about it, please drop a comment. Now we are at a stop and we are making a left here. Sometimes this is challenging because the cars on the right side, it's kind of hard to see, so FSD is kind of doing some creeps, and right now let's see if it's gonna do it. Okay, good. So even if I'm driving, I would still have a hard time looking to my left and right because I can't see further out. So now we are at an all-way. And by the way, you notice that my key food is done on daylight. So I had a chance to do it on daylights, and plus I noticed most of the key food videos that are done in the mornings have more views. So I think the audience would prefer to have it during the day. So every time I have a chance to do a key food during the day, then I'll do so. If not, I'll do it in the evenings. But if you have a preference, please drop down a comment below. Okay, so we are now at a red light.
500 feet, turn right onto 223rd Street.
And good adjustment here. FSD veered a bit to the right because it saw that there are cars turning. And now we have a green here. So that was good adjustment, slowing down. Okay, so the car right in front of us.
Now turn right onto 223rd Street.
The incoming car kind of gave way. And here we are at an all-way. So we should be good. And now we have a green light here. Let's see if we can make it. So sometimes this is hard depending on traffic. Okay, so we won't make it. So we would have to wait. And I'm turning up the turning down the temperature so the camera won't overheat. So now we have a green light. Now let's see how FSD fares for this particular
Now turn
case.
left onto Northern Boulevard.
Okay. Alright, see, it's hard to look. Okay, it's all clear, so this is gonna be easy from here on.
Now turn right to take the Cross Island Pkwy South ramp.
Now we make a right here. Now we have a bit of traffic here, so it would be interesting how FSD will merge. So again, we are on an assertive setting. Now let's see. Okay, I think the car behind us is giving way, or maybe not. I think it is. It is giving way. And we should be able to merge. Okay, good. So shout out to that SUV right behind. who merged first and kind of gave us some space. So now let's see if FSD will move to the middle lane. Okay, so good adjustment here for that merging SUV. I do think we will be staying here, but if I'm driving, I would have gone to the middle lane. So we had the wiper turned on for some reason. It's set on auto, so here and there it does it, even though there's no rain.
In 1 mile, take exit 29 EW on the right toward Grand Central Parkway.
Okay, I thought that FSD might make a lane change because there's a lot of room on my left side, but turns out no. So I think we are going straight. Alright, so now we are not blocked by cars going to this ramp towards I-495. So now we head out to Grand Central. Okay, now we are making a lane change. Good. And again, I'm gonna point this one out. There will be a brief left turn signal for the keep left at the fork.
Now take exit 29 EW on the right.
But it does it somewhere here. Yeah.
In 500 feet, take the ramp on the left toward Grand Central Parkway. Now take the ramp on the left toward Grand Central Parkway.
So I'll keep on repeating that. So that might be an ambiguous left turn signal because drivers on the left lanes might interpret that I'm going back to the lane that it came from, like FSD, where FSD came from. So yeah, just want to highlight that.
Take the Grand Central Parkway ramp on the left.
And so we merge here.
Now take the Grand Central Parkway ramp on the left.
So this is a straightforward merge because this lane has a dedicated lane once you go to Grand Central. So I don't see any complication once we get there. I mean, potential for complexity. So as you can see here, because of construction, there already is a lane dedicated to it, and we just merge here. Okay, we are slowing down because of heavy traffic. Okay, making a lane change, good. So that was a quick lane change, I have to say, but we have more than enough space to do it. Okay, so FSD is thinking to make a lane change. I think we have room here. Okay, so it didn't do it. Okay, FSD didn't advance because of the merging car. right in front of us. Okay, now we make a lane change. Okay, good. So I'm going to increase the speed because we're kind of falling behind from the flow of traffic on the passing lane. So that is a human intervention. Okay, so we are slowing down again, 40 max. So it's not the speed limit that's lowering, it's the auto speed setting. So it is on this spot again that it does it, even on previous versions. So I had to do an accelerator press. So now we're back at 63 speed limit. I'm gonna increase it to 65 just to keep up with the traffic on my lane. Okay, good adjustment here. It halted the acceleration but just maintained speed for that merging SUV.
In 1 mile, keep left to stay on Northern State Parkway East toward Eastern Long Island.
Right, good lane change. We have more than enough room.
Now keep left to stay on Northern State Parkway East.
Okay, good lane change. Although we will be exiting in 2.4 miles, so FSD would have to go to the rightmost lane soon. Okay, good adjustment here for this merging SUV. It slowed down just a little bit. Now I would have to increase my speed again.
In 1 mile, take exit 33 on the right onto Wantagh Pkwy South toward Jones Beach.
But it seems like we don't need to because we just moved to the middle lane. So I'm putting it back down. So that was a postponed lane change. I'm not sure why. Okay, so now we're doing it. Okay, good.
Now take exit 33 on the right. In 1,000 feet, take the Wantagh Pkwy South ramp on the left. Now take the Wantagh Pkwy South ramp on the left.
Okay, so this merge here is easy because there is a dedicated lane for the cars for this lane. Okay, so that was interesting.
In 1 mile, Take exit W2E on the right toward Old Country Road.
Because
Then make a right U-turn onto Carman Avenue.
Because the two lanes were merging into one, it kind of averaged the distance between the two and went in there, but then went back to the left side. So I'm seeing here that there's a car right behind us, but then we are exiting in 0.7 miles. I'm not so sure why FSD will do this, so I will just make a lane change to go to the right lane. So this is a human intervention because I don't want to hold back the traffic on the passing lane. Now here, let's see if FSD slows down abruptly when there are merging cars from my right. And let's see if we have this case. Okay, I don't think we have that case, so this will be an easy exit. So we're now slowing down. I think
Now
we're slowing
take
down
exit
too much.
W2E on the right.
So I have to press the accelerator here because we're slowing down too much. So again, that's another human intervention.
Now make a right U-turn onto Carman Avenue. Now turn right onto Old Country Road.
Okay, good. So FSD will do its 3-second stop here. Let's see if we're gonna get honked at. Okay, let's see. All right, good.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Levittown Pkwy. Now turn right onto Levittown Pkwy.
Okay, good. All right, so FSD kind of gave way for that car, SUV, as it turns left. Alright, so we have a green light and we are 0.5 miles away. Okay, good slowdown here. And now we continue to advance.
In 1,000 feet, turn right. Now turn right.
Okay, so we are arriving at our destination. I just want to see where FSD will stop.
Now your destination is on the right.
Okay, good stop here. Alright, so I guess I should just discontinue, deactivate FSD because we are here. So I just want to give my takeaways. No, let me just go in here. So pretty much it was, I guess it was an okay drive. So let me start from the beginning. We encountered a stop and made a left turn there. FSD was able to do the step-by-step maneuvers of stopping and then creeping some more and then creeping, and then execute the left turn. And also FSD was able to adjust to the narrow roads, and with the incoming vehicles it was able to veer more to the right to give space for turning vehicles. And then we went to an all-way, that was good. And then we made a left turn to Northern Boulevard, that was also good, and made a right to the ramp towards Cross Island Pkwy, that was good. And we merged, that was good as well. The only thing is, and I think this is not only for the current version but also from previous versions, that once it merges it doesn't decide to make a lane change to the middle lane where things are faster, and instead what it does is it keeps on the right to the rightmost lane and then stay there. But the downside to that is that there is a ramp that's going to I-495. That's the first ramp it will encounter, and a lot of vehicles are going there, and so the rightmost lane will always be slower than the lanes on the left. So FSD stayed on the rightmost lane until it cleared and went to the ramp towards Grand Central, but I pointed out a brief left turn signal there that it does, which can be interpreted ambiguously by drivers, but I'm just pointing that out because it's something that has been going on, and it's more also of an FYI in case you are doing an FSD in this area. And then we merged to Grand Central and it was able to move to the middle lane and then to the passing lane. That said, I had some human interventions where I had to increase the speed manually, and then also on another section of Grand Central, the auto speed suddenly dropped to about 40 instead of maintaining at around 50-55. So I had to press the accelerator there. And then once we kept left to on the fork towards Northern State Parkway, we encountered a case where I had to increase the speed so that I would just be flowing just right for the passing lane traffic. But then at that point, FSD was already starting to make lane changes in preparation for an exit on the right towards Wantagh Parkway. So it did those lane changes, was able to, and the thing is, once we got to Wantagh Parkway, it made a lane change to the passing lane, but it was not fast enough, and I saw an SUV closing in from behind, and it's faster than FSD speed. So I had to do a manual intervention to make a lane change, turn the right turn signal on so that FSD will make a lane change to the right lane. And so it stayed there, and then upon exit we didn't encounter merging SUVs from the right, so it was straight up exit. But I noticed that it slowed down so much to my estimation, and so I had to do a human intervention of an accelerator press, and then it went the U-turn towards Carman Avenue, good, and then made a right turn to Old Country Road, that was also good. And then once we were about to make a right to Levittown Parkway, it stopped on the right turn bay because there was an incoming SUV from the opposite traffic making a left turn. So it gave way for that, and then FSD advanced. Also, FSD also is able to make slowdown adjustment earlier prior to arriving here, and for that SUV that was making a right turn. So yeah, those are my takeaways for this key food test. So if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.